Okay, so before I go to the charts, I need to talk to you about some things here first. So how is it possible that you can just make one trade per week and then eventually consistently earn at least minimum $3,000 per month? Now here's the thing, I want to be conservative because why? A lot of people think that they need to make 10, 15, 20 trades a day or even a week to be able to grow their account, to be able to trade full time. A lot of people think that quantity means I'll get there fast. A lot of people think that the more I trade, the faster I'll get there. And then when people make 3 to 4 trades maybe per week, then they complain, why is it that they make so little trades? Now here's the thing, I want to really show you how you can make it there, make it to trading full time, even by just trading one time per week. Meaning that if you can do 2, 3, 4, 5 per week, it's already way better than this. So let's say for example, you're super busy, you have no time to trade, you're working full time, you're traveling all the time, you're always tired when you go home, you can't look at the charts. So at most, you make 1 trade per week, okay? Meaning that per month, you only make 4. Correct? Now don't complain about this because just by doing this, I can tell you, you can reach this place. And it's not as hard as it seems because it only takes you patience, which a lot of people don't have. So let's say if you make 4 trades per month and you risk 2% per trade. Okay? And out of these 4 that you make, you win, let's say, 3 times. And you lose, let's say, 1 time every single month. Now of course some people will say, Karen, you know, on some months I wouldn't do so well. Of course, you also have some months where you do very well. So average out, okay? Let's just average out 3 winning trades per month, okay? Meaning that you will make 6% per month. Correct? So if you take into account of your 1 loss, then net your returns per month would be 4%. Okay? We are not talking about 100% return per month here, okay? Then people will be like, 4% per month? Are you kidding me? Okay, so let me just show you an Excel sheet so that you can clearly see how you can eventually reach 3K per month. Okay, so if you start with 10K per month, okay, just look at this. You're making 4% per month, correct? So in 1 year, your total profit is 5,395. Your first month profit would be $400, okay? And your second month, you're still making 4%, correct? But instead of $400, because your money makes more money, then it's $416. So it's a $16 difference, correct? Then the third month, instead of $416, it's $433. So right now it's $33 difference. So I know that it is not very significant because it's only a few dollars, right? But like I said, you need to treat it like a business. It's not going to be like, oh, you know what? When I start with 10K account, I'm going to grow it to 100K within 3 months. Yeah, you can grow it to 100K within 3 months, but my question to you is, how long can you sustain that? How long? Like what are you rushing for? Where are you rushing to? The more you rush, okay? The more you rush, the faster you die. Now here's the thing. In the first year, your profits wouldn't be a lot because 5K, you know, it's like 5K per year. Then a lot of people start to question, you know, this is taking too slow. Then you see on the second year, you start to make some progress. So right now it's $600 per month. Then at the end of second year, your profit is 8,637. This is where the second group of people give up. They be like, you know what, I can wait for 1 year, but you know, after 2 years, I'm still at, you know, 900 profits per month. This is a little bit too slow. You know, my job pays me 3K per month. Then you start to compare your job. Then it's like, you know what, let me make it faster. And then they start to force trade. What I need you to see is what's going to happen in your 5th and 6th year. This is where the real deal is. You just gotta wait for 2 more years. Hello? You know, your job requires you to work 40, 50 years. Why is it that you can wait for 40 years but you can't wait for 4 years? It doesn't make any sense. Because you know what? On the 3rd year, your profit per year is 13K. Not too bad. You start to see a little bit momentum. You start to get there. Then the 4th year, you have a 22K profit. Now if your expenses is very low, you're studying in college, you're living with your parents, like you can literally sustain yourself on the 3rd year. correct? You start trading in freshman year, in your final year of college. You'll be like, Mom and Dad, I can sustain myself. Then they'd be like, you haven't even gotten a job, you can sustain yourself? Then by the time you graduated, you don't even have to look for a job because you know why? This monthly income is enough to sustain you if your expenses are low. For college kids in your third year, you can be there, man. If you're working, you have a family, then maybe you need to wait until 5th to 6th year because your expenses is higher. So my point here is, you've got to wait and put in some patience to be able to see the results. Because as you have watched my previous video, where I talk about the pain, momentum, and exponential phase, okay? In the first 2 years, okay, this is where most people quit. Because this is the place where they feel the most pain. They be like, why am I working so hard and then I don't see any results? Then this is where they quit. Okay? This is where they also force a lot of trades. They be like, what if I increase my returns to 100% per month? When they force a trade, the account becomes 0. Then they be like, you know what, let me just go get a 9 to 5 job. It's safer. Those who went past the pain phase would reach this phase where you see more momentum from your 2nd to 4th year onwards. Okay, this is what I call the momentum phase. I wouldn't say this phase is easier. You still need to put in the work, but you see some progress. And in the 5th to 6th year, where you're earning 2K per month, this is where your exponential phase comes in. Your money makes more money for you, provided that you don't withdraw it. Okay? You can withdraw it, but reserve some for compounding because you still need to withdraw some to reward yourself. So you can see that the curve, okay, let me just rub this off. Do you see the gradient of this curve at all? The gradient or the slope of this curve at all? Initially during the painful phase, where growth is very slow, correct? You don't see a lot of growth. But when you reach momentum phase, you see some progress. You see your growth would increase, right? Then when you reach the exponential phase, look at the amount of growth that you're experiencing. Do you see a gradient in this? Do you want me to calculate the gradient for you? Seriously? You just got to wait it out because the real deal is right here. I'm not telling you to wait for 10 years, 20 years, which is still shorter than the amount of time you work in a job, right? I'm telling you to just go all in for the next 5 to 6 years. Is it that hard? Now if I show you another graph, okay, even your monthly profits increases as the years go by. Okay, if you're not sure what all these color codes are, I think I didn't put this in. The blue one here is your first year. The orange one is your second year. This grey one's third year. Yellow is 4th year. Blue is 5th year. Green is 6th year. In your first year, your first month profits, you can't even see it, you see? Right? In your first year of January, this is what you see. Nothing. But in the January of the 6th year, this is the amount of profits you earn. Do you see the difference between your first year and 6th year? This is one of the wonders of the world. You need to take advantage of it. It's called the power of compounding. The power of compounding. Does your job have this effect? Yeah, then some people say, oh, you know what, my job also has the power of compounding because the longer I work, the higher the salary I earn. But then here's the thing, your salary increase, you can't control it. Whereas for this, you have full control over it. Okay, so then hopefully this gives you a clear idea on what does it take for you to trade full time. Now here's the thing, we are not even talking about get rich quick. It's not like you can reach there within 3 months, 4 months, as how some people promise to you, which I don't believe in that. So then a lot of people complain, I need to take 5 to 6 years? Is it going to be that long? Now here's the thing, there are two choices in life. The first choice, work in a 9 to 5, make somebody else rich, consistently earn 3k a month on a salary job, going through traffic every single day, working with colleagues that you don't like, that don't respect you, working with a boss that is just born to scold you. Maybe take 40, 50 years, maybe you can retire at 65 and then spend 10 to 20 years enjoying the money that you have, enjoying your retirement, which by the time when you start you're already too tired. Or spend 5 to 6 years putting in some patience, growing a small account to an account that is enough to sustain you on the 5th or 6th year. Unfortunately, a lot of people are not willing to wait for that. Because you know why? In the first year, second year, what are you earning? Your profits in your first year total is only how much? How much is it? 5,000 plus. Divide by 12. Per month, you look at yourself and then you'll be like, only $400 per month? Like, how am I supposed to get there? Then the second year, you try again and you'll be like, only 600 a month, 700 a month, 800 a month? Like, how many Starbucks can I buy with that? After sacrificing all my weekends, if I put that same amount of effort into a job, I can earn 3k per month. So how do you get to that place where your growth becomes exponential? It still comes down to one thing, which is patience, which a lot of people don't have. The first half of the game is your trading business. The second half is being patient. Guys, just buy 1 trade per week. What if you do 2 per week, 3 per week? What if your risk appetite is 3% instead of 2%? What if you put in more capital instead of 10k? I'm only being super conservative right here. You know? Just a 4% return per month, just 1 trade per week. Like, who does that? By the way, this is assuming that you have a risk to reward ratio of 1:1. What if your risk to reward is 1:2 or 1:3? What if your monthly ROI is better than 4%? Ever thought about that? A lot of traders make more trades than that. What I'm just showing you here is a trader that's super conservative, super busy, and you still can get there. Okay, so with that, let me know down in the comment section below. What are you doing right now so that you can eventually trade full time? Okay, so with that, I'll talk to you in the next episode. Bye.